Good morning. Good morning. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Shagira Ruth. Welcome back. Welcome back. Damn. Oh well. Anyway, yeah, and this gonna sound strange, but I never noticed this before. Wherever I stayed, um, even as a child, um, might sound a little gross. What I'm gonna say. As I use this particular restroom in my house, um, the floors are kind of like a brownish color, light brown color. And as I look, if you're using the restroom, you most time look down if you're not on your phone or, I used to have a little TV or radio in there. But anyway, I'm beginning to see different type of figures. Some good, some bad. Um, First, it startled me at first. As I grow and understand things, I, it's how do I explain it? All kind of faces, all kind of faces I see. And like I said, some good or bad. The last one I seen, she was very, very beautiful, very beautiful. Um, Look long, wavy. It wasn't in an afro form, but it was a big hair, and she was very beautiful. So I was thinking, I said, wow, this must be a queen. So the other ones, some like I say, some look different type of ways. I don't like saying ugly and pretty. Different type of ways because I know now that they were made for different times. So I decided to look up it was marble floors what I have because they use marble all over the place. And I said, well, where does that come from? And first I said, where does it come from? So I found out it's America, of course, have, but it's different types of marble. Some marble man-made, and you may not see this according to if they put the old marble in, mix it in with the new, then you might be able to see. Because some people might be noticing different faces and certain things, and you like thinking something wrong with you or something like that. It's not. I'm gonna explain to you why. Italy, Spain, India, China, Africa, Belgium, France, Greece, United Kingdom, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Kuwait, Bahrain, different other places. Okay, um, it's it's a it says resulting from carbonated rock. Okay, um, most commonly limestone or dolomite, dolomite rock. So I was like, what? So okay, I know limestone. Okay, let me see. Uh, Dolomite rock. How does dolomite rock look? Dull yellow and brown color. Okay, so carbon, of course, is brown. We call it melanin, but it's carbon. Okay, so because it's mixed with clay. Okay, let's see. Formed, occur interbreeded with rocks as Mecca. Okay, different other names. I'm not gonna name them 'cause I'm not gonna look up everything. Older layers of earth crust that have been deeply buried in regions of extreme folding and ingenuous intrusion. So it also deals with, let me finish it. Right. Formed in the earth. Reaction when limestone is subject to intense heat and pressure. Various minerals, clay minerals, quartz, pyrite, micas, iron, oxides, and graphite, etc. But primarily calcite, so calcium. Naturally, limestones by heat and pressure is Earth's crust. These forces cause the limestone to change in texture and make up process called recrystallization. Okay, it said man-made. Of course, I told you it's not. In other words, the limestone and all of that has to do with fossils. So through history, the fossils get caught. Anything that passed on from whatever generation it was, it's in the fossils. It's in the limestone, is in the rocks. So they're kind of sort of trapped there. So there's spirits trapped there. They won't go all the way and maybe tell you that, but our ancestors who have passed on from many generations are trapped in these marble limestone rocks in the earth. And there's two type, and that should not be mixed. Well, a lot of them should not be mixed from all over the world, um, mainly because they might have been enemies, and you don't know what you're bringing into your house. Now we have marble; they usually have it our countertops, different stuff like that. I also talk about some of them have the radiation in there and stuff like that because you're getting it from different type of place, and different type of rocks and stuff have radiation in it. Radiation automatically comes from the earth, right? But a lot of it should not be mixed together. So it says marble takes hundreds of years to form in the oldest part of the earth. Um, Marble is heavier than granite, softer stone, great for sculptures. Form limestone, heated and squeezed by natural rock forming processes, grams recrystallize. You see fossils, fragments, shell, dead shell from animals, okay, whoever that passed on. Like we have, for instance, the wars, the Romans, the Greeks, all that kind of stuff. Whoever died in Africa, whoever died in history. Now I notice Africa, the black marble comes a lot from Africa, and say that Zeus' throne was made of black marble. So we use marble all over the place, but it's limestone fashioned and whatever, with other stuff to make it look as pretty and shiny as they do today. We had Solomon's kingdom, the pillars of different cultures. One called Amanor Negro marble. That's the one they say in Africa. Higher quality black limestone extracted from the region of Marcana. Oh, um, what do they call Baque country. I can say their name right now. In the north of Spain, Markina country in the north of Spain, dark limestone from mines. So you find a lot of it in the mines. It's kind of continuation of what I was talking about. Um, when I was talking about, I had the vision of the rocks and everything coming to life. So and they're kind of putting all this together for me, and I'm just sharing it with y'all. Okay. Um, it says mines near Ashford in the water in in England, in Spain, Morocco. Fossils black gray dark fossils black dark gray limestone of medium thick grain with a large number of fossils with shells such as the Ammonites, Ammonites, and Godamites, and Arthocras, which is located in the Upper Devon period. What is the Devon period? I thought it was pretty interesting because I see it quite often because I use that restroom a lot. And Devon is geological period and system of the Paleozoic, spanning 60.3 million years from the end of Solaran, 419.2 million years ago, to the beginning of the Carboniferous, 358.9 Maya, MYA. It is named after Devon, England, where rocks from this period were first studied. Okay, age of fishes. So that's to me like I want to say zero dimension because Atlantis, because you look at the dimensions, this is how I read the dimensions. The first one was plants. The second one was when they added the animals, and you can look at it as Bible, how they say God made the world and everything He do to fashion it. But I'm thinking this is zero dimension because water was first, right? And the darkness. Babylon. It was known for age of the fish, spawned a remarkable variety of fish, the most formidable, because I believe we were fish first. Okay. So I'm saying, so you got a lot of these things, a lot of regions that they find these rocks from, and they mix them together. And to me, they could be war within a rock coming to your house. And of course, we know there's no respect anymore. They digging up all this stuff, putting it where they want, mixing it where they want, because all they care about is money and power and stuff like that, and not realizing what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? What are you mixing together? If you take that and you, whatever you find in that region, that area, then you mix it and you put it among the people that's there because that's their ancestors. But when you take it, because people order stuff from all over the world to bring to their homes, and then you don't know what you're inviting in your house. You know what I'm saying? Especially if it's not your ancestor. Okay. All of us do not have the same ancestors, but they all can. I wish people understand that. Okay. We got white marble. The first marble is Greek buildings. They used it for the purity of color. So a lot of Greeks and Romans used a lot of white marble. Um, they say it's purity of color and beauty, soft composition, and resistant uh, to shatter. Romans structure used dig, well, they used it with hammers and wedges to get it out or whatever. Symbolize white purity and immortality. They believe it was immortality. So that means that it never die, right? Do they live forever in the marble um, coffins and jars, statues, temples? The Vatican has a lot of marble, different churches. Some of it's real man made, some of it is not. I think why the Vatican and other churches like that are so powerful and the statues are made of that as well because of the fossils in it and the ancestors and whoever they capture. Because we got a lot of movies where you got it's tell us that different statues were different people. And then you got they say Medusa, remember she you could look at her and she would turn people into statues. That's marble as well. Um, it says there are many colors: purple, red, green, gray, and yellow. Greek first to use third century island of Peros and Nexus. Let's look at it. In the, okay. Okay, let's see. Now this one is the Greek used this. This comes from the sea. So they started using things from the sea, the stones they would find in the sea, and they came from. Let me spell it: Aegeanc. Is an elongated embedment of the Mediterranean Sea between Europe and Asia. It is located between the Balkans and the Anatolia and covers an area of two, 215,000 square kilometers. Trying to see if there's any more information. Okay, so they got that out the water. Um, so what is her name? Mahal. So this the wife of Mutan. Her name was Mutanza. Mutaz. Mahala. Mahal. Her spice was Shahjahan. She used this. Was the first to use it. 1632 to 1653. Use it at the House of Domes and Towers for domes and towers. Um, country was this? Or in India. Of course, like I say, Solomon's Temple and the church. Okay. And supposedly when we make it again today, um, I'm thinking that there are instructions on remaking this temple that Solomon made for the, the creator. And I'm pretty sure you can't just get any type of limestone, any type of marble to make this temple. Um, Pantheon gods, blood in the marble. Zeus, yeah. Zeus, Jupiter, Aries, Mars, Soothsayers. What else? Soothsayers. Soothsayers, a person supposed to be able to foresee the future. So we got Soots, Soothasayer, by magic, intuitive, or more rational means. Prediction, prophecies. fortune teller who can predict who you are going to marry. Female soothsayers, a woman who speaks by divine inspiration or as the interpreter through whom the will of God is expressed. A woman predictor, a woman soothsayer, the chief spokeswoman of a movement or cause. So she speaks of the will of God. The opposite of her is opposites of a place at which divine advice or prophecy was sought. Amateur, beginner, dabbler. What is divination and soothsaying? While soothsaying or divination belongs in the demonic sphere of an individual's curiosity about his or her future, prophetic promise is variably understood as prediction of eschatological or collective salvation. Calamity is merely predicted, not promised. So you can change whatever it may be. What does Soothsayer say to Caesar? Soothsayer calls out from the crowd to Caesar. Tell him to beware of Ides of March. Refers to the 15th day of March, May, July, and October, and the 13th day of the other months in the ancient Roman calendar. I'm just reading stuff offhand. Was part of the speech of the Soothsayer. So this is she gives warning. Let me see. Is it only women and a woman? Yeah, it's only a woman. Well, a person who predicts the future by magic. Okay, so it could be. Let me see. Let me read this one. Gender female, and they got the female eye color amber, fur color white, clothing color rose and wooden cane, status living, Gongman City, soothsayers and advisors to the peacocks. Peacocks formerly the Kung Fu Council. Soothsayer is an aged goat who was named by her unique gifts and ability. It is unknown if she ever had a previous name. She serves as supporting characters in Kung Fu Panda. Blessed with the gift of second sight, she has served as advisor to the peacocks her entire life. But after making a dark prediction about their son that resulted in destruction of a village and nearly an entire species, she was burdened with guilt even after the young prince had been banished for his actions. It wasn't until 20 years later that her prediction came true, and she was able to help the warrior of black and white that she had prophesied would defeat Shan. Okay, that's what not bad. Okay. Um, spiritual meditation support the perfect recall of dreams, self control, serenity, and the growth of an individual's common sense. Healing help bring strength for difficult circumstances and encourage positive focus to bring the physical and emotional improvements, encouragement, and inner peace and serenity. So, this is what they say the marble brings, the limestone. Uh, what are the healings of the limestone?
According to Mona's Stones, Folk Remedies, limestone is a healing stone beneficial to overall health and well-being. It gives relief for muscle spasms, nurtures, grounds and works primarily well on the root chakra. Feng Shui. Use this stone in the center area for health, overall wellness and balance.
Okay, I don't know if y'all heard that. Folk remedies. Limestone is a healing stone beneficial to overall health and well being. It gives relief to muscles, spasms, nurtures, grounds, and works primarily well on root chakra. Feng Shui. Use this stone in the center area for health, overall wellness, and balance. Do spiritually. Limestone is assisting stone used to enhance healing properties, encourages purification, reminds us of our innocence, grounds and centers us, and entices positive thoughts. It says Greek statues look Caucasian, white marble, and anesthetic, born of mistakes over the millennium. As sculptures and architecture was subject to the elements their paint wore off, burial objects retain more color, exposed not, but often pigments were hidden beneath acerations of dirt and calcite were brushed away in cleansing. These statues were not to be white skin tone. They painted the marble sculptures for color, more color for formation. Romans, Latins, mark Mediterranean characteristic. Felsight, Latin, Greek, Hellenes, Mediterranean race. This was the view shared by Sergei Ripley, different races. Egypt marble, limestone found in tombs of pharaohs and high ranking officials, the great pyramids of Gaza, Egypt. See what I'm saying? They didn't fashion all of this together from all different cultures. We got all different type of fossils, artifacts. We got kings, we got witches, we got everything in these pure, if you got the pure marble, not the man made. So if you do seeing that in your household, um, that's where it's coming from. Now, will it cause a problem? Um, are they bound to your house? Are they bound to you? Are they bound to whoever who live here? Because I live in an old apartment. Let me see. How many years? Oh, I'm sure. So this is about 60 years old, but they made it with, because these was made by Arabics, Greeks. So I'm pretty sure they bought their stuff from wherever they stayed from to fashion it because it wouldn't have lasted long, and they very protective of what's their surroundings, what they have for protection is down to the plants over here in this area. I found that was very interesting, that that's something that everybody needs to do wherever you stand, especially if you have, wherever you stand, whether it's apartment or a house, and you own it or not, get you some protective plants. We talk about that all the time. Some protective statues. It matters to me what um, area you're getting that from. Is it from your ancestors? Because if it's not, then you're going to have some problems. So you have to do some research on what you just pick up and bring. Now you can purify it, of course. You can purify it and make it safe for you. But it would be nice to have stuff around you from your ancestors. You know, I know that I understand. Well, yeah. Um, they rank 5 producer and 7 explorer for marble and granite for the world. Candy and salmon, 2 types, black marble in Egypt, pheromonic black alki, Nori Aziza New, Galaxy black marble, Zeus throne made of black marble. I told you that. Goshen in Egypt, marble. Okay, see, this is what I said. So to me, whatever was in the marble and their ways and actions could affect you, but some are protected. Um, like I said, when I first started seeing it, because I was like, sometimes I would say some all right perverts, you shouldn't be watching me and him, stuff like that. And I'm developing fear based, and try to understand, because it's like, okay, so what am I seeing? Because you've seen different things and different stuff. You look around and you see different things all your life, and you want people tell you that's a trick of the eye, or that's a trick of this, or you just seeing things, whatever. You ain't just seeing shit. Yeah, okay. Um, whatever you see, you saw. If your brain wasn't making it up at the time and you seen something, don't just throw that to the side and let nobody tell you, oh, you're going crazy. You didn't know. Don't do that. Because people don't understand how deep everything really is here, you know. Um, it was a story about, now it went to this and it was very interesting. Um, let's see if I can. It says, this going to the marbles that you play game with. It says the story is about a little boy who dies and goes to heaven. While in heaven, he plays marbles with Jesus. Jesus informs little Tommy that he cannot stay in heaven. He must go back to earth and use the marbles for people who are about to die. I thought that was interesting. Okay. And then in Esther chapter 1, verse 6, palace of, what is his name? Ahasuerus. And in the Song of Solomon 5:15, chapter 5, verse 15. Okay, now we get to calling on the gods with marvel. We see it everywhere. No beginning or no ending. Unending love of God. To, okay, can I put, I was trying to see when that I'll say this point. Okay, this came next. I'm gonna go back to what I got on the phone. It says humans made of clay. We still create marble and clay. So humans, the creation of life from clay is a miraculous birth theme that appears through our world religions and mythologies. Okay. Prometheus created man in clay by Constantine Hansi. Creation of Adam from a block of clay and the great Canterbury Aster. We heard that in church a lot. Kahum, Khnum, is a created god who forms humans and gods out of clay. Here, Isis gives life. Islamic mythology. God created man from clay. Jewish folklore. Golem, Jew, Hebrew, is an animated anthropomorphic being that is created entirely from inanimate matter, usually clay and mud. In Jewish folklore, okay. In Sumerian mythology, the god Enki created a servant of God's humankind out of clay and blood, Enki and the making of man. And another Sumerian story, both Enki and Nehemiah, Ninmah, created humans from the clay of Abzu, Abzu, the fresh water of the underground. They take turns in creating and decreeing the fate of the humans. According to Egyptian mythology, the god Khnum, creates human children from clay before placing them into their mother's womb. In Greek mythology, according to uh, Pseudo Apollodorus, Prometheus modeled men out of water and earth near the town of Panopeus. The remaining used clay was allegedly still present in historical times as two quart-sized rocks that smelled like a human body. Myths about Prometheus were inspired by Near Eastern myths about Enki. Also, the Greek mythology, Prometheus molds a clay statue of Minerva, the goddess of wisdom, to whom he is devoted and gives it life from a stolen sunbeam. Pandora from Greek mythology was fashioned from clay and given the quality of naive grace combined with feeling. Zoroastrian, Zoroastrian mythology, first the primordial ox, Gavaevodata, and subsequently the primordial human, Gaomar, are created from mud by the supreme deity Ahura Mazda. In the epic Gilgamesh, Enkidu is created by the goddess of Aruru out of clay to be a partner of Gilgamesh, mighty in strength. According to Chinese mythology, Shu Sai, an emperor of regions of the tapping area, Taiping, Nuwa, model figures from the yellow earth, giving them life and ability to bear children. In the Babylonian creation epic, Enuma, the goddess, Ninhursa, created humans from clay. So we basically got all over the world they saying that they created their own people for different reasons. According to Hindu mythology, the mother of Ganesh, Parvati, made Ganesh from clay and turned the clay into flesh and blood. According to some Latin Laotian folk religion, there are stories of humans created from mud and clay. In Hawaiian tradition, the first man was composed of muddy water, and his female counterpart was taken from his side parts. Story may be particularly or eventually Christianized. So they saying that part of the Bible came from the Hawaiian tradition by taking, I guess, the rib from Adam. The Yoruba culture holds that the god Albatala likewise created the human race from clay. Then you got Genesis, and the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul. So I'm thinking, in other words, we were those artifacts. You know, we were those limestones, those statues, those marbles, because it's made from clay. Okay, so the things that I'm seeing are people, are things, animals, the water, um, so-called demons, so-called whatever. I'll read a little more. So the Maori people believe that Tanemahuta, god of the forest, created the first woman out of clay and breathed life into her. According to Inca mythology, the creator god Viracocha formed humans from clay on his second attempt at creating living creatures. In Norse culture, humans are made from sand and tree trunks. In the Korean Sengut native Seng-Gut, humans are created from red clay. According to beliefs of some indigenous Americans, the Earthmaker formed the figure of many men and women, which he dried in the sun, and into which he breathed life. In the K dash I parentheses ICHE creation story, POPOLVUH, the first humans are made of clay, although they soak up water and disintegrated. Central Asian mythology, including Altaic and Mongolian, have stories about how the god Ulgn created the first man, Erlik, from clay floating on the surface of water. Woyengi and NIJW tradition created humans from earth that fell from the sky before granting them identities. The AINU historically believed that the KAMUI built the AINU on the back of a giant fish using clay sticks and water. The BIRHOR of India believed that the leech was responsible for bringing the creator god mud, which would later be made into humans. The Gondai people believe Gondi Nantut, Nantu, the moon, was made of mud that Kumpara, Kumpara, spat unto his son. The EFE people have a creation story in which the first man was made of clay and skin. Malagasy, Malagasy beliefs state that they were created when Zanahary, breathed life into the clay dolls that his daughter was making. Tan in Polynesian mythology created the original woman from red clay. The Garo people in India believed that a beetle gave clay to the creator god Tara dash Rabuga, who made humanity from it. The Aymaran creation myth involves the making of humans from clay. These Songye people have a creation myth involving two gods, Mwile and Kumlum, Kolombo, creating humans out of clay as part of a rivalry. Okay. Um, a little bit more, y'all, because it's interesting to me that each one of these cultures say each one of these gods created the humans the way they wanted them to be for that culture. So that's your ancestors. And maybe what I'm seeing could be a mixture of all of these in this type of marble that I'm seeing on the floor, and also my ancestors. Okay. Buryatine mythology has the god Sombov, created humans from clay and wool. Some Dinka and Sudan sometimes has Nhialac, the creator, formed the humans Abuk and Garang from clay, which is then put in pots to grow, where they came out as full adults, as opposed to other natives attributing creation of humanity to Nhialac, blowing his nose, or humans coming from the sky and placed upon a river, fully formed as opposite to clay. The Dogon people believe the earth goddess was made when Amma, Amma, flung earth into the primordial void. Hmm. Ara and Irik, two bird spirits from Bornean myth, created humans from clay and the sound of their own voice. Inupiat mythology has Raven created a human out of clay, who would later become Tornaq, the first demon. And the Menes, Andamanes mythology women were fashioned from clay, while the men emerged from split bamboo. The Vietnamese mythology, the Ngoc, Hoang, and the 12 Bamu created people from clay. So we know now that limestone, clay, all of that. So it's not something that it's not impossible. Um, So if you're seeing the faces, you're probably seeing a lot of cultures because we're made from that. So as they people die, you know, and all in the earth got all of that, of course you're whatever in you is going. Now they have the coffins. Now not the ones that's died in the coffins, but the ones that's not and from ancient times, because they did a lot of stopping. So I'm thinking this is my thoughts only that the coffins was made so you don't go back into the earth. They can control you. Now some people say they throw the people out of the coffins and they go in the earth and they take and reuse the coffin. Probably do. But that's my way. I'm thinking they started to trap humans. They started to trap you, your vessel, your marble, whatever you want to call it, so they can reuse you again, call you out, being in them coffins. You're not hitting exactly Mother Earth. No matter they put the dirt on, they put it on top of the coffin. It's not on top of you. So that's my little theory. Okay. Rocks are alive, like I said, different kinds. They tell you in all the kids' stories, and all you see that the rocks never in the story, the whole thing. Limestone is this one. What's found in what I got? Artifacts. What rocks are they found in? Um, Calcium carbonate, usually a form of caltrate, and aragonite. Different crystal forms, magnesium, found in fossil shell fragments and fossilized debris. Water pressure forms the limestone. Oxygen, Great Lakes, Michigan, Indiana, Illinois, large amounts of limes, a little gold, low grade, low grade. Statues of mineral resources information for the Fort Belk, Belknap, Balknap Indian Reservation, Montana, offline site. Zortman, Landusky Mines. Underwater limestone, coral reefs, chalk shell, limestone, travel time, and black limestone rock, silver ores, ores occur in veins. Travel garnet, GNEIRSAIC, rocks, clay, slate, mica, associated with the ores of iron, copper, load, okay, zinc, used for road buildings, construction. We see it in all the buildings. If it's fossil alive, remains in plants, animals, fungi, bacteria, single cell living things that have been replaced by rock material or impressions, extinct organisms. These fossils are no longer living anywhere on Earth. Different ages through time, law of fossil successions, different ones found in different areas. Should we mix them? What if they were enemies? I mentioned that earlier. Natural disasters are catastrophes that periodically destroy life after life begins again, giving rise to younger ones. Evolution is caused by four processes: variation over reproduction, competition, and survival of those best aptitude adapted to the environment in which they live. Earth's history in rocks, our ancestors, law of fossil successions, ages rock study, index fossils have short time of existence. Ocean and land, different environments, different. Fossils, any remains or traces of past life that are preserved in the rock record. Specimens 10,000 years old, oldest 3.48 billion years to 4.1 billion years, where and when. They say that no DNA is present. They don't tell us the color, sounds, and the behavior. So I don't know about the DNA because when the blood falls into it, sometimes blood is hard to get off, to get out of. Rainwater do it. Salt, I think, does the blood, but it still has to go somewhere because blood is not something that disappears. You know, it can land on the side of the, if it's in the water, it can land on the side of the rock. Then eventually it goes into the rock and it stays in there. Sometimes there might be the red color, we thinking rust or whatever, um, and it could be blood from, the ones have died from now, from before until now. Let's see, I'm on to read. Where is it at? Why is marble for making God statues, or Murti? In ancient times, marble has been considered a stone for gods and kings. A close examination of ancient monuments and buildings reveals that they were built with marble. Among some of the most famous buildings made of this stone is the Taj Mahal. Decorative construction materials are still used today to use this rock, applied to both internal applications and external applications. Marble has many applications. Due to pressure and geographical processes, marbles are calcareous metamorphic rocks formed from limestone. Similar marble has a stiff crystalline crystallinity and slight porosity. Different minerals are present in marble, such as sand, silt, and clay, resulting in different colors. Regardless of the impurities of lime, calcium carbonate, and mineral formed by calcite as a main element. There has been a wide use of marble since antiquity from the construction of many items such as monuments, forts, temples, statues, and murales, columns, and decor. Furthermore, marble also has several unique properties that are going to be discussed that give a competitive edge. The reason we use marble for making God statues or martyrs is for that reason. Why should marble be used? For making God statues or martai, marble has been used for a long time because of its uniqueness and special priorities that are listed below. The translucent nature of marble allows it to let light enter and give off a soft glow when lit. The surface of the marble is also capable of undergoing high polishing. Several millimeters of light is absorbed before being diffused, adding a luxurious surface texture to the display. Stones like marble are pronous, Prous, and thus softer than some others. As a result of marble's granular composition is easy to carve and gives smoother curves than granite or other stones. Being porous and soft, marble is suitable for making marble Murtis, as it has good strength and stability. Because of its hollow porosity, marble offers another dimension of richness, like the ability to soak up paint, resulting in a lifelike appearance. A marble god statue is valuable asset due to all the properties of marble. In all parts of the world, marble is popular, and the main question arises now: which kind of marble would be most suitable for marble statues? There are many varieties of marble available, but Pan- Panday Marble Arts is specialized in selecting the best. Their quality is never compromised, and they provide their customers with the best. Okay, it goes on to say about marble for gods, making god statues, stuff like that. White marble, brown marble, white and gray, pink. Conclusion: marble is a substone for carving and statue making for many reasons. As a result, it is relatively soft, which makes carving and creating smooth. Okay, we read that. With finest quality handwork all over. Jaipur, that art people. The result is the marble statues of God look soft and lifelike. Okay. Chips. guess that's all I had. Let's see. Okay. So yeah, I think that's all I want to talk about. But I thought that was pretty interesting. I want to know a little bit about what I've been looking at. So now I know a little bit more than I did know. Okay. So yeah, just something I wanted to share. Thought it was interesting. So if you're seeing things, you're not crazy. Okay. And don't be afraid because they're your ancestors, but could be. We all can, but some are different. We read it, different regions and different kinfolks, different ancestors. You know what I'm saying? We all don't have the same, although we all have the same blood. But there's blue blood as well, different type of blood color. Yeah, I know what I'm trying to say. The gods have a different color than the humans because they're made with different things. Still have clay in each one, but there's more than others. Okay. Anyway, so that's what I want to share. I hope it makes sense to those who understand. Everybody ain't going through this. Everybody ain't gonna recognize this. Some people don't believe in whatever you believe in. That's your business. If you don't believe, that's your business too. But I just thought I'd share this because I thought it was very interesting, and I would like to take some of the. I don't know if that would be bringing them back to life. You know, a lot of things you do, and you don't know who you really are. You're learning, and spouse being soothsayers now, the women. Let me put that up there. If I spelled it right, let me make sure I spelled it right. Soothsayer. Try to find a name, make sure I spelled it right. I guess I can come back if I hadn't spelled it right and spell it right. Okay. Yeah. So, what I was saying, yeah. So I don't know. Would you have the power to take them out of that state, and by you drawing in? Because the woman, I was very tempted to draw her. Whenever they give me something, a visual to draw, I can draw it exactly like they say, you know. And that happens only when it's always been all my life. If I get a vision, I guess that's how artists is. Period. You know, but mine is more specific. And I just don't go around just drawing every day. But anyway, all right, more to come. Interesting. All right, love y'all. Hope this interesting. If it didn't help, all right, love y'all. Like, subscribe, share, and comment. I really appreciate it. All right, till next time.